Hi, Rosemary. This is your LinkedIn profile critique, and let me just jump right into this. Um, um, the first thing I'll say is that the big sin with your LinkedIn profile is that it's not about it doesn't really take into consideration who you're trying to attract. It's a lot about you and not very much about who you want to meet on LinkedIn. And of course, you're on LinkedIn because you want to meet a certain kind of person. So, that's kind of a mistake as far as who you're trying to attract is you're thinking about who you are, but not who um, your reader is. Um, so I usually tell folks, hey, don't don't talk about what you do here. Talk about the results you deliver, right? It's a really important spot because it's the one sentence, unique selling proposition, elevated pitch, um, do or die spot where you get to communicate your value right here, right? Um, and so here you're using the space to just say what you do, and it would be much better used to say how you help people. Now, the thing about SEO and search engine marketing is that it's I personally feel like LinkedIn is overrun with people in this industry, and I think that you have to spend a lot of extra time trying to differentiate yourself from the market, the marketplace. Okay, now bear in mind, I'm going to give you a different type of advice. The level of advice I'm going to give you is going to be very useful, but I won't give you any specific, this is what you should have said advice. Um, or I won't give you the depth of advice that I might have because you didn't. There was a questionnaire on the discussion group, and well, you didn't get a chance to answer it, so I don't know the specifics to fill in the blanks for you, but that's okay. um, I'll show you what I think you could do and a direction I think you can go. So here's a little doc with some notes I made. And here, remember I said, let me just make a little space for this doc so we can see it. Remember I said, you talk about how you help people. I think you can really, you need to spend some time thinking about how you help people and how, and you need to think about it in terms of a few things. First, you need to say, I help this person. You need to identify who you help, even if it's just I help small business owners, right? Because that tells the person that they should be paying attention, right? So who do you help exactly? Exactly, right? Um, and you need to identify that, and then you say, then you make a promise. You make a statement about what you deliver, the results you deliver, right? So get to number one spot on Google. Of course, I've heard a million SEO people make that promise, um, and I know that it's not usually quite so simple as getting to number one spot on Google. So um, you know, it's an idea, but I don't know that it's the one for you. um, dominate dominate, with search engine traffic. I help so and so get server crushing traffic with SEO. Or I help, um, you know, another level might be I help small business owners get more leads with search engine traffic. Uh, get more exposure with search engine traffic. Get more people calling their phone with search engine traffic. Um, you need to just think about what is your customer's biggest desire, and you need to tie that to your unique selling proposition so that there's a connect between what you say and what they hear. Again, I said that SEO, search engine marketing, that's really an overcrowded market. So you might even want to skip making um, grand promises and just go to, hey, read on for 3 ways to rank number one on Google quickly, right? So it's like you're making a promise, but the promise is so immediate, it sounds so instant that people don't really have time to be skeptical. You've also made the same promise here, but you're also basically you're uh, you're implying that they're going to get the result just by checking your profile. So it adds a little, it takes away from the skepticism of making bold promises, right? So you need to think about this. This is a really important spot. And if you did nothing else for your LinkedIn profile, I would really love to see that you created um, a, a tagline that says who you help and how you help them, and the how you help them, the benefit you provide, needs to paint a big picture in the mind, right? You could say it in a metaphor, right? You could say I help people get torrents of traffic, you know, I you know I you know I'm like a, I give them a tidal wave of traffic. You could give some sort of image that actually paints an image in their mind that they can see, because all these technical professions can get confusing and abstract, and people don't get it, but people understand real world things that they can see in their minds, like tidal waves and torrents and server crushing traffic and that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's that. Then your profile, uh, it's much more about you than it should be, right? So that's more about you. Like you're trying to attract clients with your profile, probably. So you want to speak to your client. Don't speak about your client as if they're not in the room, right? This is what you're doing by saying, I drive more sales leads to clients. It's like you're, a nurse who has an invalid patient, and she talks about the patient right there as if they're not in the room, right? You want to talk to who you're trying to speak to, right? And if any other people catch wind of your conversation, fine, that's great, because you know what? They'll get it. They'll want to get in on the conversation, but not the other way around. Um, Again, Rosemary's philosophy, that's all about you. It's not really quite so relevant right now. Uh, this is all about your company. Uh, this is nice, dual citizenship, but it's not relevant to um, you know your goal on LinkedIn, which is to connect with the right people and advance your business, grow your business, advance your career. So here, I would, what's the biggest problem that your clients face by far? What's the thing that keeps them up at night? Is it the leads thing? I'm sure it's the leads thing, right? So what words do you use? If you could figure out the exact languaging, what's the biggest complaint they have, right? Now, if you can parrot it back to them in a way that's really compelling. So if you could say, attention business owners, um, I had a web design guy recently, and my big headline was, are you flushing red hot leads down the toilet? Right? Now, can you see how that would grab any of your clients' attention? I really beseech you not to steal that, because I'm basically using this guy's profile who I wrote as a model. I've been using that example all over the place, so I'm sure a few people will steal that. So if you steal it and then like 7 other people steal it, it might start to look really bad. So I would encourage you to think about coming up with your own. Okay. Now I would, like I said, if you provided me with deeper information, I would have been able to kind of start to mold these ideas for you. But I'm working with what I have. Um, so you can have a big headline which which rubs salt on the open wound of your customer, which says, look, are you starving to death because you have no leads, right? Is your business going to shut down? What's the problem? State it in one powerful sentence. Okay, or you can make a big bold promise as well, right? So the big bold promise could be how to get how to how to grow your business, get more leads, whatever. I don't know, but you know, I'm at a loss of words right now, just because I'm thinking on the fly. Then after that, aggravate the problem, make it worse. Remind them of the pain that they're in and why they want to work with you. You know, say, hey, are you, are you at the end of your chain in your business too busy to do anything? Are you watching your competitions take the market share online and rise on Google while you are stale? Are you worried that you'll become irrelevant, like a relic of the past if you don't keep up? Well, and then you introduce yourself as the solution. I'm the solution. I help you do this. Here, here's how I'm different from every other SEO person, right? I think that's really important for you to communicate how you are different because, um, I just run into so many SEO people, and um, it's not that I have anything against our SEO, search engine marketing industry. If I can't understand how you're different, then I'm at a loss because I don't, there's so many people crowded in my mind. If you could tell me how I'm different, then you've positioned yourself in a nice, comfy spot in my mind, and you're not just a big you're not part of the big mosh pit of SEO marketers who send me spam in my Gmail, right? So it's really important to say how you're different and then drop some really impressive results. What have you done? Have you ranked number one? Do you guarantee ranking number one or your money back? I actually saw an SEO guy who made precisely that promise, and I was impressed by that, right? Um, list some of your most impressive results in your company, and then say, hey, look, I'll give you a free SEO analysis. I'll give you a free report which will, like, put together something really nice for them, and say, I'll give this to you for free. It's worth a lot of money if you connect with me now. I think that's really important for you because, again, SEO is really crowded. You want to give someone an extra carrot so that they are more motivated to connect with you. And that's it. That's a quick analysis of what you can do to improve your communication on LinkedIn in your LinkedIn profile. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to go ahead and do this for you, uh, it's a simple matter of getting on Skype and me digging in and figuring out what your customers' hot buttons are and writing this out and making a beautiful profile for you. The price is $250. And of course, I guarantee that you will love this, and your customers will respond to this kind of communication much more effectively. So again, thanks again, and have a good day.